Nah. Off Work Sports. One of my favorite positions. The one that gets respect but kind of doesn't get respect. The running back position, right? These guys are the heart and soul of the offense. They get it going when you're down, when your quarterback can't throw. You can still survive. If you have a good up front line and a great running back, magic can happen. You can get the championships. And in this era of running backs, quite simply, first two games of the season, there are a couple guys that stick out to me. Dalvin Cook immediately, right? The rankings are not lying. After the ACL injury, has come back so strong. Over 265 yards in 2 games. Think about that, folks. 265 yards. He's averaging 132 yards per game. This guy thinks he's back in freaking Florida State. He's putting up those big numbers. It's crazy. Great year for him. I love what I'm seeing. 3 touchdowns as well. He can get inside. But one of those plays was a long rushing play. But he's definitely an inside runner or outside. Dalvin Cook, congratulations on your return. Great comeback. For me, yes, just by the stats, you are the number 1 running back in the NFL. The next guy down, oh my God. I mean, glory to God for the New York Giants. This is all they got. I am sorry to say that. Saquon Barkley looks like a god out there. I mean, literally, he looks like a god. 227 yards, 113 per game, 1 touchdown, not an inside rusher, not a goal line rusher at this stage, but incredible. Averaging 8 yards per carry. I mean, this is crazy. The battle is crazy between Cook and Barkley. For me, though, Barkley takes the cake. He was the number 1 pick for a reason. He's showing it. He's proving that. He's a special running back. Hopefully he's not in a situation like Barry Sanders back in the day where his team just can't win. They can't put people around him. I don't think the Giants are that team. They're in New York. They're going to have no choice but to throw some bombs at them. But we shall see. Daniel Jones is the backup. Eli's not doing so well. Maybe bring him in. See what else you can get in the draft from a wide receiver position, even tight end to tidy up the offense for next year. But Saquon's having a good year. Marlon Mack, surprised. Very surprised at Marlon Mack. 225 yards, 112 per game, 1 touchdown. Very, very surprised. Let's just jump back and we'll jump into him, right? 3rd year of experience out of South Florida, okay? Another Florida boy, 210 pounds. He began his career with Indianapolis, but never showed anything. Look at his previous attempts: 93 attempts, 330 for 358 yards. Then he had in 2018 had 195 attempts, almost was a 1,000-yard rusher. Then 45 attempts in between 2 games is already going to surpass his 2017 totals in 14 games. So great start for Marlon Mack. I really like what I'm seeing from him. I am happy with the line for Indianapolis. I mean, they really shored up the line for Andrew Luck. Andrew Luck leaving is so sad. I wonder what they could have been. But Brissett is doing very well, and Mack is really being a focal point for the Indianapolis Colts. Great job to that line. I think it's a line that's doing more damage than Mack. No offense to him. But the line looks strong in Indianapolis. Plug anyone in. Plug and play. Josh Jacobs, he's there. He has the numbers. Am I thoroughly impressed? I mean, the background on Josh, again, he's a rookie out of Alabama. 220 pounds, another unsung hero, fresh legs. He's starting to prove himself, right? They needed a running back. They were able to get him. I'm not too sure of him, but again, he has the Alabama on him, right? Once you got Alabama on you, yeah, you were a star at some point, or they wouldn't have recruited you. So he's a big surprise for me right now. We shall see what he does. The rookie is the top running back from rushing yard perspective in the draft class. So glad to see somebody that's up there. Next one down is Carlos Hyde from Houston. Strong games from him. 173 yards. And again, from a ranking perspective, I'm going right down the line because it is what it is. And I like what I'm seeing here. Incredible game for Mr. Hyde in Houston. He's been a focal point. They're going to need him to continue to grow. Deshaun Watson has not come along. Hopkins has not come along yet. So once they get riding with high going, it should be good opportunity, smooth sailing for them, possibly make a playoff run. I still believe in that team. Derrick Henry, Tennessee. We talked about Marcus Mariota in the last video. Derrick Henry's having a strong season. Big, powerful running back. Fourth season out of Alabama. We remember him from Alabama. Now he's finally showing through. Another Bama kid making it happen. His fourth season in the league. You can see his progression. In 2018, he was a 1,000-yard rusher. So he's constantly improved every year with the more touches that he's been able to get. Over 215. I expect the same this year. I do expect him to surpass the 1,000-yard mark, barring no injuries. Great gains from Derrick Henry, another Alabama kid, striking gold. Great job to that team in the recruitment process. Jumping back again, Christian McCaffrey is just a stud. Stanford, top running back. He's the only bright light in Carolina right now on the offensive side. I really like Christian McCaffrey. He'll continue to move up the rankings because he does a lot more than just running. He can catch the ball as well. And this is an interesting play for Carolina or any fantasy team owner. You got to own Christian. This is somebody that you got to get over 165 yards total, 82 yards per game. Nothing really as good as that in this strong defensive line-minded NFL. Zeke Elliott, not bad. Okay, good start. Not what I expected. I expected him to be in the 200-yard range, but they're focusing more on him, and Mr. Dak Prescott is doing such a great job from a passing perspective for his team. They haven't really utilized Ezekiel, but now the hole should open up because Prescott's now a threat with those receiver weapons. Elliott should have a lot more holes unless there needs to be more run blocking added from an offensive line perspective. Like what I see, great job for Zeke. They paid him big. Is he worth the money? He's certainly proving it at this point. However, I don't like paying running backs that much money. It is what it is. Todd Gurley, L.A., great job for him. He's right next to Mr. Ezekiel Elliott. Right? He was looking for a contract as well. So we shall see. Todd Gurley, exceptional runner. One of the top picks in the draft in the year he came out of Georgia. Fifth season in, this is his blossom years. Strong seasons though, right? Look at his background. First year he came in, had 1,000. Next year he had 85, then had 1,000 and 1,000 preceding years. Not even playing the full amount of games. So interesting play for him. Not interesting, expected play from him. He's been consistent and is a top 10 rusher in the NFL. Matt Breida. Wow. They have found Barry Sanders II with this kid, and now they have a slew of running backs. Mostert is another one. They have a slew of running backs on to San Francisco that they can use. But Matt Breida is the next coming of Barry Sanders. What we expect to see Barry Sanders be in this era, over 79 yards per game. He has a good touch. He's not an inside runner as far as goal line type of running, but he is definitely a guy that's going to move the yards down the line, potentially get some big breaks if he's able to bust through those holes and get some open spots. He can make plays. Matt Breida, watch that kid. Barry Sanders II. Aaron Jones, strong performance from him. Mark Ingram from Baltimore, also playing very well. Where is his buddy at? Mr. Hill is at. I mentioned Hill. He's not on here, so I'm not going to just search him out if he's not in the top 20. He happens not to be. But great gains from him. LaShawn McCoy has been quiet. Mr. Aaron Jones rounds up our top 10. Actually, I went to 11. Mark Ingram from Baltimore makes it 12. Others honorable mention, pick up Le'Veon Bell. He's a one-man army. He's really holding down that team. They have a lot of injuries, lost another quarterback last week. So Le'Veon Bell, watch out for him to climb up the rankings. He'll be the main focal point for that offense. Nick Chubb as well had some QB struggles. So, again, he's another running back that's running pretty well within the offense. Lamar Jackson is not a surprise. He's also on the quarterback list. One I'm disappointed with is Leonard Fournette. I didn't see much from him there. Or LaShawn McCoy. I don't know if it's with age or something going on. He's 56.5 per game. But they need to improve as much as possible. Due to the fact that the NFL in a running back position is one that's, I hate to say easily replaceable. And LaShawn McCoy getting paid, Leonard Fournette going to get paid. They got to look to freeing themselves and not being in that realm where they feel like they shouldn't pay you and they can pick up a cheaper option. So great games from these guys. I gave you my top 11 running backs, all 4 sports, just giving you a little bit NFL briefing from the time being. I'm out. Peace.